spoiler alert if you have not watched FBoy Island.
Either you have zero game, or you're just here to play the field.
I got models, I got other people on it. There's always space for you on it, Luis.
Let me ask you, have you ever dated an Asian guy before?
Yeah.
You have?
As an Asian guy, I ask this question only if I sense some initial interest. And it's a good qualifier question, right? Because if she hasn't, you're like, well, you're missing out. If she has, you're like, okay, good, that's interesting.
Black and Asian people, we're just...
Make beautiful babies.
Hey, listen, she said it.
That is true, but also, I love how Peter broke the fourth wall here. He just turned around and started talking to the crew. And he's got this little, like, innocent, like, look, like, she said it, not me, right? Kind of charm, boyish charm about him.
Eventually would love to have a family, you know, settle down, have some kids.
Okay, so settle down, have some kids, very vague, again, very vague. Like, there's no specificity to F-boy's answers about the future or a relationship. So if you ask very specific questions, they'll struggle.
But at the same time, it's like, the way he looks, the way he walks, I'm fucked. I am big fucked.
But this girl's like, the way he walks, the way he talks, basically what she's saying is, I'm already falling for him. And so she's in deep, right? So sometimes when we fall in love with someone, where it's almost like a self-hypnosis. You're like, you're it, I'm gonna fall in love with you. And that's the end of, you know, it doesn't matter how many red flags you see, especially with younger girls.
To be honest with you, I had you.
This guy has not changed at all.
Okay, let's cut to the chase. Like,
Hit me.
why'd you choose to come on the island?
Find love.
She's asking very, very good questions. She's like, straight to the chase, what do you do? And he was very vague, I'm a comedian. She's like, what do you like about it?
What's that life like?
It's a lot of nightlife.
Has it affected your relationships?
Okay, what's that life like? Okay, very great question. She's trying to get to the depth of who he is and whether or not he's a player.
But like,
here and
funny
there.
guys bring girls around a lot, don't they?
It just depends on what you're into. I usually get in, get out.
That is a great question. So she's imposing the situation on him. But if you're a funny guy, you're a comedian, a lot of girls come around, right? So she's trying to, basically what she's saying is, you're a fuckboy, aren't you? Just depends what you're into, you know, depends what you're into. I get in and I get out, you know. When people lie, you know, you can sense, you know, it's very vague and you want to believe him because he's got that good chiseled face and the nice body. But listen to what he's saying, you know, it's very vague and it's very not specific.
But otherwise, that's a lot of long distance stuff. Like, are you good with that? Like,
I mean,
it's a lot of communication.
So she's still testing him, but otherwise, you know, long distance, you're traveling a lot, right? So that's the fourth test that she's through in sequential questions. That's good. That's what I would do if I was a girl looking for, you know, love. His nonverbals are so strong that he kind of gets away with it. But I would say most guys, when they struggle that long for an answer, that's usually a bad sign.
There's a lot of communication, a lot of trust. I'm down with that. Feel it out.
I'm down with that. I'm down with monogamy. I'm down with that. I am down. 100, girl. Literally, girl. You're the one for me, girl. I am down for that. These are all F-boy phrases to look out for. Just the tip, girl.
Are you down with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, that's a good reframe what he did there, even though he's probably an F-boy. I'm down with that. Are you down with that? So she's testing him, and he's kind of like slightly passing because of his looks and nonverbals. And then he's like, I'm down with that. Are you down with that? So instead of the long distance being a problem, she's like, is that a problem for you? He's like, I'm down with that, but are you down with that? So now the reframes it back to her. If Louise is paying attention logically, she'll know like there's some red flags here. But again, dating is an emotional game.
Well, I was gonna look at you in the eyes.
Okay, so he's a little clumsy on the escalation. You know, I think he's an F-boy. I'm not, but his escalation is weak. So he's trying to raise her hand and trying to kiss her. So the way you escalate is how Mercedes did it, which is like slow escalation, one compliance ladder at a time. Take one hand, take the other hand, see if she follows you. It's a very awkward position that he's in. When you're dancing with a girl, right, you want to provide the frame where she can step into the space easily. And Mercedes did that. This guy did not. It's very awkward.
So awkward. Like, it's all about the timing, and he just misses it slightly.
As you get to a higher level of girls, or you know, older, like after 21, the higher quality girls you're gonna find are gonna expect a little bit more game, right? By game, what I mean is like, this guy knows what he's doing, you know, he's not like fumbling around, it's not awkward for me. She wants to feel good in your presence, and she wants you to lead her properly when she's attracted to you. And she's just saying, you know, this guy's, he's leading, but I'm not that comfortable, it's a little awkward.
I don't trust people.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think you grow out of that and you get to learn.
Yeah.
I love this conversation these two are having. This is like a real conversation, okay? I love it.
In high school, playing football and sports and stuff, I was so full of myself. I got humbled. Life humbled me. I became an adult.
I love this guy. He's so cool. So I want to hear his story, right? I'm not even into football. She's sharing something really deep with him. She's saying, I don't trust people easily. I got hurt a lot. He's saying in high school, I played football, I broke my clavicle, and I was humbled. And through that humbleness, I became an adult, right? I want to hear his whole story because that's like a deep story. And Tamaris, this girl, is definitely feeling it. She's like, wow, we had a real conversation. This is how you get to like connection triggers, right? Now look, if you're a good looking guy and you can do this, girls will fall in love with you. If you're okay looking guy, you can do this, over time, she'll fall in love with you, but you need more time.
Definitely surprised me today. He wanted to open up, he wanted to share. He was genuine and I love that.
The less good looking you are, the less smooth you are, the less your energy field can affect a girl, the longer it has to be where your communication patterns start to make her fall in love with you, the longer time frame you need. This is why when you're going after model girls, if you're a regular guy, if you share living space with them, it's a lot more likely that you'll get there if your game is strong. But for one night stands, if you go out to the club and polling that night, usually the best looking guy will have a better chance than a guy who has good conversational game.
Like situationships, but I wasn't
Situationship? That's so bad.
Isn't that bad?
There is a thing about being too urban, right? Like when I first started out, I was very like Asian, you know, I had like, there's certain situations where you go to a club or you go to a social venue and you don't fit the cultural narrative of that place. And I used to be like that. I was a nerd. I belong in the library and I go to the club, right? This guy looks cool and everything, but he just seems, the way he talks and everything is a little bit too foreign to her. It's what we call the foreignness factor. And he's putting himself down. He's like, I'm in a situationship, I'm boyfriend number 2.
You're boyfriend number 2.
Yeah.
So it's foreign and it's low value, right? You want to be foreign, mysterious, and high value.
I'm like, oh shit, she got the pink hair, like the whole fit and everything, and I'm just like, you kind of look like a fucking rock star.
When you give compliments, you got to be careful, right? Because it's like sometimes people that are giving you overly exaggerated compliments without knowing you, unless they're like a fan who's followed you for a long time, sometimes they want something from you. And so you don't trust that compliment. And so she's smiling, but you can see in her eyes, she's like, can I trust this compliment to be real, to be congruent? And she doesn't know, right? And so that's the mistake that he's making here. It's too flamboyant, it's too much too soon, and it doesn't sound real.
Hearing you scream over that fridge was
I'm sorry,
like...
scream? Nobody was screaming? Okay, maybe one time.
Yo, I love that they're giving my Asian brother Peter a screen time, but this guy is hilarious, dude.
What are you doing back here?
I love this girl and what she's doing now, because after they kind of joked around, she's like, what are you doing back here? And you can see by her expression, like she's like really genuinely asking him, like, okay, cut all the bullshit. Like, Peter, what are you doing back here? And look at his face. I was just
What am I doing back here?
Uh-huh.
How should I answer that? I'm a nice guy.
He's like, what are you doing back here? I'm a nice guy.
I'm here for a genuine connection, and I want to explore that.
He didn't even answer the question.
Every second counts, right?
Every second.
Every second.
Every second.
Dude, these guys, so F-boys are really great at delivering lines and lying. Like you can, like if he didn't cut to him talking like that, you wouldn't be able to tell. You would think he's being genuine, right? That's one of the acting skills of F-boys, which is like they make you believe. They make you want to believe them. I think there's a thing you have to remember is that she's already a fan. She admitted watching him on season 1. She admitted stalking his Instagram.
This guy I've like stalked on Instagram, looked at his tag photos. Like I'm literally having a full-on panic attack.
So is this game? Yeah, but it's like, it's game with a handicap, right? You're talking to a girl who already has a lot of investment in you. And so to me, pure game is like being able to walk into a venue, not know anybody, not have fame, any of that, and just start from scratch and have a conversation and actually attract the girl. That to me is like the essence of like the artistry of game.
Zach, I just felt like the advances you made towards me weren't authentic. So I kind of feel like you're a fuckboy. Jared, if I'm being honest, we had conversations about cats. Either you have zero game or you're just here to play the field.
Oh, look at his face. Oh my God. That is terrible. You never want to, it's so brutally honest. I like Louise, man. She's funny, but you never want to hear a girl say you have bad game, right? He had all 3 girls pick him at the introduction in the first meeting, but he couldn't follow that up with consistent conversation skills. And therefore, to me, that's a lack of game. So then Jared goes, no, I'm the one for you. I'm focused on you. Give me a chance. It's on you. And here's what Louise says to him.
You know, we talk, and she told me yesterday that you told her the same thing.
And I'm here for you, 100% here for you.
Sometimes when you're gifted with great power and looks, you forgo the skill set. He was picked by all 3 of them in the first impressions. He told this girl she was the one. He told this other girl she was the one. He had bad conversation with Louise, and he's being called out. It's just like not that smart. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see, and it's unfortunate because he's a good-looking guy. He has a lot of potential, but he's running a really bad game right now.
Lukasz.
F-boy.
The virgin is the F-boy. I had no idea. He caught me off guard. I thought he was just an awkward guy.
No, it's fine. You know, I'm gonna go back to my roster in LA. It's pretty solid. I got models, I got other people on it. There's always space for you on it, Luis.
You know what's funny is that look at Louise's expression. She's like, oh, she vanity, the greatest sin, right? It's like she's still actually taking it as a compliment. Oh, I guess I fit into your harem of models. Lucky me. And look at the expression on the other 2 girls. Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh, it's funny, but terrible. So what did we learn from episode 1 of FBoy Island? Be congruent with who you are. Number 2, learn conversation skills. Number 3, treat people in dating like you want to be treated. And number 4, if you want to learn to have good conversation skills, even if you don't look like an F-boy, even if you're not super good looking, you started out where I was a shy, socially awkward virgin, 23-year-old virgin. You may want to check out the links below. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next episode.